Alright, so I want to become a software engineer, which means I need to be coding pretty much every single day. For the past 2 days, I've been doing leetcode on this channel, but now I want to branch out and start working on my personal project, which I have been working on for the past 2 days as well, but I wasn't really getting as much as I want to get done. So now I'm going to go ahead and put like my main priority, main focus on this today. And I'll probably still do some leetcode as well. Maybe not in this video, but just, on my own time. And one thing that I want to say is if you're in my position and you maybe don't have the most impressive projects, or you're not really too familiar with DSA concepts and everything like that, then I really advise you to start now and start coding and, start studying, start pretty much doing all that stuff, because the second that you get an interview, you don't want to be like rushing and cramming a bunch of information, or the second that it's hiring season, you also don't want to be, barely building a project. You want to hopefully have a few under your belt. And, I'm not saying that I'm some saint that has these crazy impressive projects and knows all this leetcode and DSA, because I really don't. But I'm just saying to start. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start on this. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I just started a 45-minute timer. So I'm basically gonna be doing like Pomodoro method. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you work for 45 minutes, you take a break for like 5 to 10 minutes, I think, and then you just keep on doing that in a loop. So after this timer is up, I will, inform you guys what I've done and what progress has been made. Okay, the timer just went off. I've been coding for 45 minutes, and honestly, I got a pretty good chunk done. Before this, I was kind of confused as to where I had left off on this project, because I haven't worked on it in like maybe a few days, but the last times I was working on it, it was kind of just like not really anything deep. It was like just these small fixes that I was trying to do, and then I actually left a bug in it, which I just fixed earlier right now. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy. I'm probably gonna take a break and then come back in a sec. All right, I'm back, and one thing that I want to say, and one thing that I'm trying to do, is to stop using ChatGPT for literally everything when it comes to coding a project. Like back in the day, I would just code a whole project using AI, which now I'm realizing how much that has set me back, because I haven't really learned all the fundamentals that I should know, which is why when I'm doing a project like this, it takes me probably twice as long as it really should. So now what I'm doing is trying to rely more on things like documentation or Stack Overflow, basically stuff that won't just immediately give me the answers, so that way I can actually try and reason it myself. And even if I can't figure it out, I still do use ChatGPT for help. I think it's a pretty good tool if you're trying to learn. But I also write down the things that I'm learning on Obsidian. So pretty much every day, if I learn like a new library or I don't know, like a new syntax thing, I'll just write it on here, and it definitely helps me internalize what I'm learning, especially if you're one of those people just using ChatGPT to vibe code everything. I think if you actually go through that code and try and maybe recreate it, or just try and reason on what it's doing, and you find that you can't for some of it, then whatever you can't reason about, or whatever you didn't know before, I really recommend that you write it down and really try and actually like activate your mind and make sure that you understand what AI is writing or what you copied and pasted, because it'll just help you later down the line when you're actually working on a project. You won't have to, or I guess you'll just be like, oh, I remember when I used this for this. And if you just use AI, it's not really gonna benefit you in any way. So yeah, I would say just get in the habit of writing down what you learn, actually trying to learn it, and trying to code for yourself, because it literally can only help you. It might take you a lot longer, but at least you'll actually become knowledgeable and you won't have to use AI for everything. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start coding up again, probably for another 45 minutes. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, my timer is officially done, and I got some pretty good stuff done for right now. I think mainly I was just getting back on track to saying where I left the project off, and honestly, I've been learning a lot. Like I said, and after the last 45 minutes, using like some sort of note-taking application just to write things down and track your progress and write what you need to do next after like you've finished a little bit of coding is really helpful, honestly, because it kind of makes it kind of ensures that you know what you're doing, because if you can't write about it for like your future self to see and actually understand, then you probably don't know exactly what you're doing. You're probably just like using AI or just copying and pasting code. And actually, funnily enough, after the last 45 minutes, I had mentioned how I wasn't trying to use ChatGPT that much, but I actually did end up using it quite a bit. I didn't just copy and paste the code though. Let me see exactly what I did. I mainly just asked it a ton of questions about what I'm doing, and I actually wrote the code myself, and anything that I had a question on, I essentially wrote down the answers here on my notes, so that way it'll somewhat be retained. And yeah, I think that's like the main thing. I think you just mainly have to use AI as a tool, not really a programmer. So like you should use it to teach you and advise you on what to do and maybe get ideas, but never just have it writing your code for you, I think, is really the main thing, and just making sure that you understand what it's outputting. But yeah, so for now I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, and I'm pretty sure I'll come back and code some more after this as well. Okay, I'm back. Unfortunately, I had recorded a portion of the video a bit earlier, but I think I forgot to hit record, or it just got corrupted. So yeah, basically the only thing that I did was say that I ended up getting pretty busy for some reason, so I wasn't able to go and work on my project because I only had like an hour left of time available. And so I decided I might as well use that since it's only 1 hour, I might as well just do a LeetCode problem. And I did this LeetCode 150, and yeah, I forgot to record it, so there was no time lapse. But yeah, it went pretty good. It was pretty easy question. I had done it last time I did the LeetCode 150 list, so it was kind of just like review. But yeah, overall, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you tomorrow.